welcome to Story Listening. And today's story is called The Fox and the Geese. And we know already about fox a lot. Fox is a red fur animal which is really clever, and the geese is ga ga ga, but a lot of them, like one of them is a goose and a lot of them are geese. Like that. So when you have a lot of ga ga ga, that's a geese, and if one is a goose. So there was a fox and the geese. It's the name of the story. So let's get to this. Once upon a time, it was a long time ago, in a big forest. There was a very clever fox, and the forest is a place where you have a lot of trees. It's like that. It's a forest. A lot of trees. A lot of trees. Forest. A forest. Yes, like that. A forest. A lot of trees. And there lived a fox. Fox, let me try to make it. Fox. Oh. There was a fox. Here you go. A beautiful one, see? The big tail is a fox. There is a fox. So, and this fox, he was really smart. He was not stupid, he was smart, he was clever, he had many nice ideas how to get food. So, one day, the fox was walking in the forest and he saw a group of big birds, and that was a flock of fine, plump geese. And here we go, the flock of plump geese. And when you have a group of birds, that's a flock of birds. A flock of birds like that. When you got a group of birds, and they were geese, and they were like big. They were big birds doing ga ga ga, yeah? That's a lot of them. Let's be like, I will draw only 3, but there can be more of them. So there are 3 geese, and one is doing ga 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 thing, you see? His beak is open, the beak is open, and there are 2 more of geese. That's a flock of geese. So the fox saw the flock of this plump geese, and plump is they were like feet, well, and they were like big, a lot of fat, there was a lot of meat, a lot of food for the fox. There was a plump, big, nice. And they were really delicious. They looked delicious for the hungry fox. Fox was hungry. The fox wanted to eat. Nom nom. The fox mouth watered just like with saliva. The water, because the fox saw the flock of fat geese, plump geese, sitting together just like that. They were all together. The fox smiled. I'm just in time, which means he was in that place in the proper time when there were all those geese, all that flock of geese was there at the same time. So, for example, it was like 12 a.m. and at that time, at 12 a.m., there was fox and they were geese. in one place, at the same field. They were together at the same field. So that was the reason the fox felt and said, I'm just in time. That's the best time to be somewhere. Then he said more, you, the geese, you are sitting together just right for me to eat you, just one after another. That means that he was going to eat first geese, then second, then third, and maybe more. Just one after another. 1, 2, 3. One after another. I will eat you all until I will be full. Just full of food. Just like the bottle of water can be full of water. Yeah, just like that. That's the same. The fox wanted to eat as many of them, of geese, to be full of food, just like bottle is full of water. Yeah? So he wanted to eat all of them. The geese heard the fox words and they filled with fear. They were afraid. They cackled in terror. They just made ga 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 sound, but they were loud. They were frightened noises, and they were really scared. They were in terror because it was them to be eaten. Some of them, of those geese, began to jump and flap their wings, and they all started to beg for their lives. They started to beg fox, oh please do not eat us. They cried and asked fox in a really sad way. They tried to make fox feel sorry for them and do not eat them. But the fox only laughed, ha ha ha, and shook his hand, and he shook his head. It's like, no way. He had no mercy in his heart, because he wanted to eat all of them. He didn't feel sorry for geese at all. So the geese begged, but fox didn't feel sorry for them. The fox was going to eat all of them, one by one. 1, 2, 3. And he said, there is no mercy to be paid, to be had. There is no mercy. I will eat all of you. That one, the fox decided to eat all of them. And their prayers, their begging was not helpful. Just then, there was one geese, he was brave, and that goose found the courage, found bravery. He just stood up. Even he was scared, but he stood up, and he just took some air and said, if we poor geese are to die, then please give us just one favor. Just one favor. That means just be kind for the last time, just for one time, be kind. And let us to pray for God so we will not die with our sins. So they just wanted to pray and ask God for forgiveness for all their bad things that they done, the sins. And fox thought that, why not? He was in control. There was no way geese could run from the fox. So those geese, they could not fly. They were just walking geese. And the fox is really fast. So fox thought that there is no risk for me. They will not run away from me. So this is a reasonable request. That means that there is nothing bad for the fox to be kind and give them a favor. Just be kind with those geese. Okay, so the fox said, pray away, I will wait until you are done. So the fox said that he would wait wait some time, wait for the geese to pray for God. So, and when they finish, and they have and, so then fox will eat them. Fox was quite polite. So the first goose began to pray. So he started to do clear sound, ga 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 ga. He was praying. So the geese stretched their neck and prayed in a geese language with ga 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 sound. So geese was taking his time or her time, and the geese was praying really slowly, like ga 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 ga. The geese, and then the goose was praying slowly. The second goose started to do the same. He started to do ga ga ga, pray ga ga. The second, there was first ga ga and the second ga ga. All right, and they were just going on and going on, ga 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 ga. Then the third one joined, and the third one joined, the third geese joined. So they made that sound all together, ga 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 ga. And they were going on and going on, just no stops, just going on, never ending ga ga. Okay, and the fox began to feel sleepy as he listened to this ga ga ga. The geese saw that fox is getting sleepy. The fox understood that they had to go on, so they prayed louder, like ga 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 ga, no ga ga ga, louder, more sound, and longer, just like they were praying. For example, they had prayers like for 30 minutes. So longer, they continued like to 1 hour. So they were like 30 minutes of praying, and they went on for 1 hour. Yeah, longer, more time, longer. So as they were praying, the fox's eyelids grew heavy. They just were so heavy that he couldn't stop them, and they closed. The eyelids were so heavy that they closed. Yeah? He wanted to sleep. So that's why his fox's eyelids grew heavy and closed. He yawned, opened his mouth wide and showing he was tired. He yawned and feeling sleepy, and finally he lay down and fall asleep. All right. And the geese were praying, ga ga ga, and geese are still praying, and the fox is still waiting and sleeping. Perhaps, perhaps, the geese will pray ga ga forever. That means like without end, like forever, like less. Forever, like that, eternity, forever, like go on for years. So they will pray, and the fox will not eat them. That's why. And so this story ends. So what is the moral of this story? And the moral is that even in a very difficult situation, working together and staying focused can help you, and you can escape problems just like geese did with the fox. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope you see you soon. Bye bye.